Sorry, my video isn't on currently. I'm having like a power outage and it won't be on till 9. So please manage my voice for just now. You can see my face on the screen. So from there, you can use to know what I look like. My name is David Fayemi. I'm a product designer at Lemfi. Senior product designer at Lemfi. But I tend to think of that as my side gig. I'm a full-time gamer. And then product design is like my side gig. But please do not tell my company so that they won't fire me. So what I mostly do, okay, so I think uh I don't know what else to introduce myself as. I'm a member of the Rayna UI team. One of the initial people that got to work on the Rayna design system, which most of you already know and use. I also co-founded, basically what you can see there. I co-founded WorkBirdie, which is a design journal that allows creatives to like document your work. You can do multiple things with it. Basically keep track of projects and be like more productive with your design. Outside of design, as I said, I'm a gamer. So you most likely catch me on Call of Duty, or sometimes will I say NBA, 2K, and a couple of other games like that, yeah, but mostly Call of Duty these days because it seems like that's the reigning game. I also used to mentor. So in the past years, I've mentored over 5,000 designers in multiple internships. Sorry, yeah, multiple internships. A couple of the popular ones are HNG, StatNG, Reskill America, Synthera. Yeah, the last concluded session for Synthera. I was also a mentor for design systems. If you don't catch me gaming, you will catch me outside having fun with my friends. And in my spare time, you find me fiddling around with things in design systems because like that's my current obsession. So that's a quick introduction to who I am as a person. Nice to meet you all. Design. So what exactly are we going to be working on today? Many of us have this problem that we faced. I'll come back to Google Meet, that we face, and let me describe the problem. A lot of us have loved ones and friends that we care about, but every year we find ourselves doing the same thing over and over again, and it can cause it to fight. And if you guessed it, we tend to end up forgetting their birthdays. If you are one of us that don't remember all your friends' birthday, please just let me see you give a thumbs up or something. If you're one of people like me that always forget my friend's birthday sometimes, please give me a thumbs up. Let me know if I'm not the only one. All right, cool. So there are a lot of us that forget our friend's birthday. So last year I had a couple of friends that I didn't remember their birthday on time. And sometimes I had to do a lot of apologies here and there. And I decided, okay, this year I won't be the same person again. So I went to find a what? Hi, Bemi. Okay, so I went to find an app that helps me remember people's birthday. And the name of the app was I think it was just birthday reminders, this app here. And as you can see, I filled it with a couple of people's birthdays here. But one thing I really didn't like about the app was the UI. It felt a little bit outdated. So let me do a quick screen share or screen mirroring of what the app looks like. Tell me if you can still see my screen, please. I'm guessing, yeah. So this is how
Yeah.
what the app looks like. Yes. This is good, but it's not all that. I had like some issues that I wanted to fix and everything, but every time I wanted to do it, I just had work coming up, and it just made me like say, nah, I'll procrastinate, and all of that. And in the end, I ended up not doing anything. So when this came up, I was like, okay, cool. Let me use this as a cheat to pretty much design the app that I said I would be designing for a long time and get it finally done. So we are going to be working on this app and basically redesign it. I can share you the link for some of you that would like to follow on Figma. Okay, actually, I can't share this link because like we'll still be making use of the design system. Okay, so quick one, a discovery app. So I'll just bring in a quick note of the discovery phase. So we are currently working on a birthday reminder app. Okay, so let me just make this visible for everybody to see again. So on a birthday reminder app, what are a couple of the things that we would definitely need? Okay, so a couple of them is, of course, the users will need to see. Let me make this smaller so that it's a lot easier for people to read. Okay, so users need to see lists of their friends' birthdays. Again, this is a lot of different things, but we are just making it short because of like we don't have time. So we'll just bring up something very fast and very quick so that we can easily work with. So user needs to see a list of their friends' birthdays. Users need to, pardon my English, add, okay, should be able to add their friends' birthdays. Maybe a couple of things. Another thing is user should see birthday in, let's say, in order of proximity to the days. Yeah. Let me make this wider. Proximity to the days, to the dates. Let's see, what are a couple of things that users should be able to do on their birthdays? Maybe like maybe see it per month. Should be able to see a calendar of all the birthdays or all the dates with birthday. Let's see a couple of other things that users might be able to do. Okay, they should be able to set reminders. So we add all this. There's usually like a full discovery phase where you look at all the problems and you look at all the like here to dos. You look at all the terms of like prioritization, which feature comes first. But we don't necessarily have time for all of that. Again, we are trying to like really make this fast, and that's why I quickly went to get all these different screens because I'm not like a super designer that most of your faves are, which design from head. I do a lot of exploration and searching just to get like an idea of what I want to work on. So users should be able to set reminders of each birthdays and occurrence. Okay, let's see. What are a couple of other things we might need if you want to remember somebody's birthday? Okay, so this is the app. We can do a quick search, maybe like on Google and say, okay, maybe let's say birthday. Let's look at what other people are doing for birthday reminders, yeah. Or basically maybe even calendars. Let's see, reminders app UI, just to get an idea of maybe what other people are and how they have like designed their apps. So UI. I think I saw something here, which is what I actually brought now. I think I've already brought this in. Nope. Okay, so let's say a detailed view. Sorry, how do you spell occurrence again? Double R's. User should see a detailed view of the person's birthday. I think this is good enough. Oh yeah, user should be able to search. That's another thing that we might want to do. So if we want to find a particular person's birthday, we don't have to be searching through all the months. So we should be able to search for their friends. Should be able to search for their friends and see the birthdays and see their birthdays. If I've lost anybody, I'm coming back to meet to just see if everyone is following. Is everybody following? Please, if you're following, just put it in chat. If there are any questions, also please add it to the chat so that I know I've not lost anybody yet. All right, cool. Okay, so there's no message. So I'm guessing everybody's following. Okay, so let's do a little bit of more exploration. So in calendars, I think I like Pinterest. I had some UIs that I think I found, just to see how they do it. I'm not really a fan of this. Neither this kind of ugly. Okay, so we have search, we have this. Think I've seen I really okay, I kind of like this just because of the way the overview of the calendar kind of comes in. So I just drop it in my mood board, scale it up a little bit. Let me see what else. Yeah, I think I saw this one. Okay, so there should be highlights on the person's bed on a person's birthday. Um, should see um highlights of the birthday, just something like that can work. I actually even love the way this might be ugly, yes, but I just kind of like the way they have like their layouts. It's kind of like very simple. And if anybody knows me, I'm a really fan of big, simple design. This is ugly, yes, I'm not, but like you might always learn something from someone. So you can see how they have like the dates in front before they have, rather than having it just a full list, they have like the dates in front. So today, 12th May, then you can have the calendar, you can see the relationship with the person and maybe know how close the person is to you. So maybe we can add that, but that's not like a huge priority of okay, maybe this person is this or that. I guess maybe that's enough to get started. If we find any other thing along the way, we will add it. Again, I've not designed this anywhere before, so please, we are all designing on this space. Sorry if you can hear a sound in the background, is my neighbor's inverter going off too, so his network has gone off. Sorry, I said his network. His inverter has gone off. I kind of like this. I like this a couple. Just like the way the colors kind of work together. Search. So we have search. We can see the upcoming birthdays. We can see a list of all the birthdays. Calendar. Home or settings. So maybe we can add settings. So users should be able to customize their settings, reminder settings, maybe reminder settings. Okay, so we have this. All right, so what do we do next? Let's say we want to get into the design phase. We've gathered a couple of things that we really like. Let me see. Is there anything here that I like? No, nope, nope. Let me see. Nah, nope. Although I do like the way this guy does his calendar view, just for this view, take a screenshot of this and just drop it in. Where are you? So just drop it in here. So that. All right. So next, what do we do? Let's get started in designing. So we pull up Rayna. So on Figma. Because that's the main reason why we're here. Sorry if you see all this is scattered. I spend a lot of time just studying different design systems just to see how they work. So let's search community, the Rayna V1. All right, as you can see, created by like top dogs here, Alison, Collins, me, Ozenwa, John, and of course Rayna. Shout out to the OG team. Okay, so I will duplicate this into my file and we get to access the entire Rayna. So there are two ways you can go about this here. and it depends on the plan you have with Figma. So if you are on a paid plan, what you can possibly do is to go to Figma page, and if you have like a paid Figma, yes, paid plan, you can create a team. So you create the team and then you add the file in there. So maybe like you create a new team. Again, sorry, this is my this is like my personal laptop. So sorry, this is my work laptop. It's not my, so this is, though this is my personal Figma. But I don't think I've used like this in a while. So if you want to create a new team, network, network. Yeah, please pardon. MTN is really messing up. All right. So you can, I don't know, it's not allowing me. So you can create a new team. If you have a paid file, this is how you go about it. So let's say test for, or let's say birthday team. So these are two ways you can go about it. So if you have a team, you can do this, add whoever maybe is on your teammates, um, send them an invite. And if you're on a free team, if you have a professional plan or a paid plan, but I'm not going to pay for a professional plan because of, so we just choose the starter file. So as you can see, if you have this and it's a free file, um, if it's a paid file, actually, sorry, I'm talking about from the direction of a paid file. If it's a paid file, you can create this, move your, so the duplicate of the Rayna that I've duplicated, you can move it to that file. Sorry, project, drafts, move it to the file, and you will be able to access it here. And then you can open a new file and start designing on that, because what it will allow you to do is to publish. I really wish I had my other my other screens here. So you'll be able to publish the library. Wait, why can't I publish it? That's weird. Okay, so normally if you had a paid file, you could publish this library and then have a different file where you design, and all you just need to do is go to the assets and install the Rayna UI on that file. So you would go somewhere else and probably install it so that you can access the design system. But since we are currently using a free file, what you might have to do is actually design and the design systems file. So something like now that we are here, you can, oh wow, all free pages used. Okay, so now that we are here, we don't need to put it under a Teams file because it's a free file. So we move it back to our drafts, and then we just work in the draft. I think we have unlimited access if you are using drafts. Yeah. Just checking. Sorry, have I lost anybody? Is anybody following? Just to check in. Everybody's following? All right, cool. So because it's a free file, it's a free Figma. We don't want to move it into a Teams file so that we can have access to everything and we can design in the design systems file itself. So we can probably just create new pages, maybe somewhere above here if we don't want to like be scrolling down to design, we can probably just create a new stuff here. Maybe do like this and just put it in and say, okay, this would be the design files, or the design screens, and then we can now have the pages here. So then we just duplicate this, move it here, and then we call this design system. So we can move all of this here, and yeah, then we now call this the birthday app. Yeah, so that this way allows us to access the design system. So we can now make use of everything in design system here. You can bring in all the content, all the styles that currently exist within the design system and access everything in this file. Again, if you had a Teams file, you could just, all you just need to do is to duplicate it and then open another file. Then just from the assets panel, you just come here, you would see the design system, and all you just need to do is to add to file, kind of like how this is. So you can see, like, you will just see the Rayna UI, and then you can add it or remove. Like, it will come up like this pretty much, and you see Rayna, and all you just need to do is to add to file, so you'll be able to access all the what's the state from it. But I don't want to be using all this. It's a little bit too much, so I'll just remove all of them from this file. So all I just want to be able to access here is my Rayna. All right, cool. So here. All right, so let's get to designing. As a rule of thumb for me, I usually design my apps on 3675. So anything that has 375 is good to go. There's 375 812 here, and there's 375 667 here. Some people would like to design on smaller screens, sometimes 320 just to go like a small, but I don't really like the way 320 works. So I like to move a little bit step higher. So you'll see me mostly designing on like this mini kind of screen, which is 375 to 812. So I would bring in all what we've done in our explorations page to this file, since this is where we are going to be working on. Oof, that's a lot big. So I think I'll just scale them down. And I would create a section for it and call this exploration. So that slash discovery. So that I kind of like know what I'm designing. I pretty much like to put this one over here, so that at least I can see it side by side what I need to be designing. I can scale it up a little bit so that I can read it physically well. And then have all my explorations here, and I like to have a little bit of more contrast between it and the actual background, so it's a lot easier to see. And then over here, I would do my design. Again, hope this makes sense. For those that don't know, the shortcut for this is Shift and S. So it opens up the sections. This is not a frame, it is a sections. This is a frame. So a frame allows you to like design inside, but a section just helps you like basically, as it says, group a couple of different screens together so you can actually see them. So I use sections a lot in my design in general, so that it keeps it organized and anybody that's coming know where to find each flow. So I section based on like UI flows. So maybe like for sending money, I would just put all the screens that relate to sending money in one flow, and maybe in another flow I'll put it like add money in another flow. So I prefer sections because it's a lot easier to view and follow. And the shortcut for it is Shift S. So it picks it up, and as you can see the section, so you can rename it or do whatever. You can even style it anyhow you want it to do. I think the only thing you can do is like maybe edit the way it looks and all of that. So all our explorations are going into this page. We can arrange it if we want to arrange them, so that everything just makes sense, or we can leave it be anyhow we want to do. So let's get into kind of like wireframing, how it should look. So we want to see a list of friends, see a calendar. So basically, we know like our small what's this thing is going to be up here. I would have sketched this, but in my work body, but as you can see, there's no light, and well, you can't see my video of me sketching, so I'll just quickly do a quick sketching into here. So here's where our top nav is going to be, where all the those things like battery and stuff go. We would need a section for the top nav. Maybe like we can have a quick, maybe your calendar icon comes here. Okay, let's make this have a little bit more contrast between each other so that like we can see the differences. Maybe the calendar icon comes here. Maybe like the title can come here. The main big title can come here. Let's make this black also. The big title maybe here. Again, I'm someone that really likes like very clean design, so you won't see me doing so much of like extra. Maybe your avatar can be here. Um, However you want to do it. We can always go back and reference a couple of all of this later just to know how to design it. Okay, then we know we want a search bar, so maybe a search here that enables them to look for okay all their um calendars and everything on this part. I like using this grid, so a small grid of two, so we can just fit it to the grid. 16. Huh, okay. Can use an 8 column grid. Well, 16 is fine. So just snap to the grid and everything. So we know our search comes here. You can probably type it and write search, maybe like search. So the search is going to be here. Let's see, what else do we want to do? So putting into consideration this one, we said we wanted to highlight the birthday, maybe like somebody's birthday that is today. So maybe we can have like a today side here and maybe something a smooth card that is going to highlight the person's birthday if it is like today or upcoming, or maybe like upcoming, maybe like the closest one that's coming, and we know that it's going to be in this section. And then we can now have like other like small dates, so kind of like how this thing is here, but I like the way this person kind of like does it, this small label with labels and with cards, so we can have something like that. You can see here again a quick label and card, so we know okay, based on, I don't want to do it the way this person does it, which is date. I want it to be like a month. So everything in that month, kind of like how this person, the initial person has it. So we can do it based on month. So we know, okay, let's say month one, and we have all the cards of that person in here. So you duplicate this by pressing alt and drag. So we have the month one. Let's say all these people are going to be in this. Of course, it's not going to be this small. Yeah, it's just going to be like this. Then you can have like again all of this. Then we can have like a good break between them. Maybe like 24 or 32, anyone, and you can have like month two. So that you know, like all the people's birthdays come into here. Again, we want like a place for them to see the calendar, so we can have like a calendar icon. Maybe you can do your settings. Again, the page here. Maybe you want to also see what month it currently is. Maybe you can do that here as like a month here, and have it here like okay, maybe this is March. So you can have the text maybe somewhere here and say okay, this is March and this is the calendar drop down, and you can see everything in that calendar. Sorry, again, I am checking in again. Is everybody following? All right, cool. Jesus Christ, so more people have joined. I see some people they're hey, people want to embarrass me. Queenette, what are you doing here? You're not supposed to be here. What are you doing here? That's my clan leader. That's the meeting. That's my gaming partner, my number one gaming partner. Um, so as I said, I'm a full-time gamer and I design as a side hustle. So design is what brings in the money. So then we can have like our navigation. So again, our tab bar probably comes down here. So couple of things we want to have in the tab bar. Maybe like okay, let's probably set a little bit of more contrast between it, and so that we know that okay, the tab bar comes to the front. Like we can remove the grid. To remove the grid, the shortcut is Shift G. So if you don't want to see your grid again, you just shift G and all the grid like kind of goes away. I don't like the way it's red. So I can just come to my design system. I think that's the small. Again, a design system is not meant to be fluid. It's not meant to be rigid. You can always customize the design system to fit whatever you want. A lot of people think design systems are, okay, this is how the design system is. Don't change it, don't update it, follow it totally. But sometimes, especially if you're working with a team, it just, okay, I think it's when you're working with a team, it can be a little bit harder, but when you're working on it yourself, yeah, you can customize the initial stages. Especially if you're using an open source design system, yeah, and basically, but that's a different talk for another day. I don't want to diverge as I usually do. This is something I've done in the past, and I've said, okay, I'll stop doing that from now on. So let's just keep up with the stuff, with the content. We can have another call on maybe customizing design systems later. Um, Okay, so we have this. So I'm going to remove that. Let's see. So in terms of navigation, how do we want our users to navigate? Of course, we want a page where they can see all their birthdays. So all of this kind of like fits into one. So we can have this as maybe we can call it birthdays, yeah. Reminders of birthdays and when they add birthdays. So we can call that maybe like the reminder, add, let's say add new, see edit view, blah, 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 blah. All this can be on that birthday, see highlights, customize their settings. Okay, so we can have settings. So again, it doesn't really need to be so much. It can just be 3 of the pages. So taking into reference this person's design, you can see like she has home, birthdays, calendar settings, and add. But if you really deep it, this calendar can be on the main page here. So you don't necessarily need to have a new tab. You don't necessarily need a home page. Again, it's a good design. I'm not please for that people don't come back to me later. It's a very good design. I'm just very simplistic in how I go about things. So I don't like adding new things if there's no need. So there's no need for a home page for me because like this home, everything can fall under just the birthdays page. You can see all of this on the birthdays page. So home may not necessarily be there. This part that has turn on general notifications can be under the settings. So again, for me, I would just probably break it to this birthdays, add new, and calendar. Even this calendar, I may not necessarily put it so better add news and settings. But for now, let's just maybe put calendar. But the way I'm thinking about it and the way I'm reasoning it, I don't necessarily think we might need that. So for now, let's just probably add new. Let's add calendar to this page. Okay, so doing a little bit of more thinking again about what I want. So let's see. So this is going to be here. Some people don't like wireframing. You won't catch me wireframing on a normal day either because most of my designs I do it either on Sketch or like I just start designing literally. A friend of mine will swear for you if he ever sees you wireframing because he'll be like, it's a waste of time. Nobody ever does that. So let's just do this. Try not to be like to be so perfect is a so sorry, I was about to use a curse word. It's a wireframe, so you know it's nothing big. So you already have like a quick sketch of what you are kind of looking for in your design. So we have a search, so they can see a list of all their friends' birthdays here. You should be able to see the proximity to the date. So this can be month 1, month 2. We should be able to see calendar. So we have a calendar here with a drop down and quick drop down. You can have like your profile if you want to do all of that. A detailed page. Okay, we might do this. See a highlight of the person's birthday. This is what we have here, and customize the remainder setting so we can have this here. So bringing this in, we can have this as birthdays. Generally, I kind of like to use 12 or 14. Anyone works for you. So again, so that we don't scatter too much, we can just duplicate it so that it kind of like, so we have birthdays, bring it up a little bit. So we have birthdays. I'm not really sure how add new. It's supposed to be like centralized, something like this, but for now, let's just keep it here. So to replace something, so this is something that another shortcut. If you follow me a lot, you know I use mostly shortcuts than any other thing. So a shortcut for this is control or command if you are using like a Mac like I am. So control shift and R. So it allows you to replace whatever you select with something you've copied. So you don't need to like delete or anything. So sometimes you might have something here and you might want to remove it with something you've designed. So instead of removing it out, then coming back to put that other one back in and everything, you can just like maybe you've done like a little bit of like adjustment to this thing. Let's just do like a quick adjustment here and there. So quick adjustments. Sorry, I'm diverting it a bit, but I just feel like it's something that most people don't know how to do, and maybe I can just. So maybe you've done a quick adjustment to this. Normally, a couple of people would remove this and bring this in and start like adjusting that and all of that. You don't need to do all of that. All you just need to do is to just copy it or cut it, anyone, and you can just Control Shift R and it replaces it in that same position that previous thing was. This is just a it's just a quick mock-up. It's not necessarily going to be like that, but just to have an idea of it. So we can have add new, or we can have maybe set reminder. Ah yes, something that we forgot. Also maybe we can also put the maybe we can put the add new here. We can even make this like the center. Anyhow, it's different explorations. As we design, we explore. As you guys can see, my battery is actually getting a lot lower. Hopefully we'll be able to finish all of this today. I'm sorry I've wasted so much time explaining a couple of other things. So maybe calendar here. So we have maybe a calendar here, and finally we have like settings. Um, so we know all of this pretty much go into here, here, and here. Quickly highlight that. There's a shortcut for that either, but it's too long, so I don't bother learning all of that. So something like this. So we know, okay, this page is going to be for all the birthdays. Maybe a quick highlight or stroke. Calendar, add new settings on all of that. So let's get to kind of like designing. There's something I love about this page, kind of like love how the calendar kind of like drops in and then you can see all of this in, but I don't necessarily know how to make it work. But one place I think I've seen it work is either here or on, I think Apple's calendar has something like that. So I'm just going to go in and bring the screenshot from that in. So let me probably share my screen so that you guys can see what I'm talking about. So if you tap calendar, there is this very sexy thing they do with this. Sorry, in the sense that once you tap this, you can see like the year. You can see kind of like the month here. You can see the calendar, and then you can see a couple of all of this in here, and how it looks is very sexy. So I'm just going to take a screenshot. I think another person I really love how they use theirs again is Google Calendar, and I think this is the one I'm really going to copy because it's very, very sexy. You can see it has this kind of like drop down here, and this is what I'm saying. Like if I have this, I'm not necessarily sure I need to have that calendar page again because like it's pretty much here, yeah. And again, as I said, it's sexy. So we can do this and kind of follow up with. Oh yeah, bring those in to the Figma just to have it as a source of reference for when we are designing in full. Again, please pardon me, I am not a super designer like people that design from their head. Those people are like Kachi, Quinette here, and people like maybe Collins and all of that. I'm someone that heavily relies on what I see and kind of influences my design. So I do a lot of explorations. Yay, a paper. So I'll just bring those pages in and we work with that. So I'll just send it via copy and paste. Pasting. All right, awesome. So we have that. Just drop it into our exploration page. so that we can look at it later, maybe like explore with it and how it goes. Okay, so for designing, Rayna UI was not meant for mobile. I think the V1 we highly designed across along the ways of web, which is why you've seen all the other designers that have come before me kind of like do web and dashboards, because that was like the main idea. But I said like, hey, let's the word F word it, and let's try and see how much we can push it. But I won't disturb myself so much in getting some of this like iOS like this header part and maybe like the navigation. I think I can design navigation, but I really like the way the header comes in. So let me see if I can just pull it in from Apple the way they do their. Oh shit! Are they taking? Is my internet gone off? Sorry, can you guys hear me? Am I still
Yeah,
here?
I can hear you.
Okay, awesome, awesome. Okay, I thought my internet had gone off or something. Um, okay. Please tell me when I'm supposed to take the break, or Emeka. Remember, it's supposed to be like 20 some minutes of breaks in between. So just
Yeah,
let me.
so we're actually trying to consider the fact that you have very low power. So we wouldn't, for this series, for this episode, we would not be doing the break. So you just
Ah,
like have to run it through.
okay, all right,
Yeah.
that's fair. Um, Let me see. What can I pull in? I need like that header, but I don't really like this new style. It's very, for me, it was very ugly. I don't know why. I like the OG one, the one that is kind of like wider and all of that. But so that we don't waste time, let's probably pull it in, and tweak it in a little bit. Delete this. Hey, what have I done? Well, what is this? What's going on? Uh, Let me see what's going on. Hold this one up. The pages are long, so it's kind of like dropped this thing a little bit. Oh, I could even just do this. Really. All right, cool. So let me see what is here. What is here? Background, delete. Oh, this is the main thing, yes. So delete this, bring this in. Again, a design system, you can always customize it however you want. Nobody is forcing you to follow the entire. If it doesn't fit your if it doesn't fit your use cases, you're free to make changes to the main design. But I don't want to go into it right now. Again, as I said, I just want to keep it very short on what to do. So I'll keep it as that. But there's a caveat to how you make changes to your design system design. And I don't know if that makes sense. You don't just go about changing things. Again, we bring in our grid just to make sure everything fits. This is using the design system UI. So let's push it to the left. It's supposed to have a 16 0. So we'll make that 16. Seems like this also has like, I just make use of our, so this is a font size of what? So that we just move it to what we currently have 15. So, in Figma, we have in Rayna we have like different text styles. You can see headings, paragraph, and all of that. So I'll just go here and change this to our paragraph, so which is like around 15. Um, Please pardon me. I would be moving as fast as I can so that like as you can see, my time is gone. What happened there? 16. Semi bold. That's so weird. What's going on? I don't know. Beginning. Oh, okay, because it's this design system. Okay. Detach. Thank you. You don't want to use you anymore. Okay. So 16. Also, I don't like designing. I don't know why this is like this, please. No wonder I'm not able to view it proper. Yeah, please. I'm one of the cultists that design in light mode. I don't like dark mode when I'm working. It confuses my eye. So we have 0, we have 16. All right, so now this is fit to our sort of work or content. Okay, let's just keep it like this. All right, remove this. Awesome. So we have our header parts. This way it usually looks here, but I don't think I want to really go into all of that right now since we don't have time um for this. So I'll just reduce this to maybe like 40. All right, cool. So we have the section part. Um this usually has like a gray background. If correct me if I'm wrong, yeah, guys, but it usually has like one grayish background in the back. So I just want to maybe use like a very light grayish background. Maybe I'll use the 75 or so, and I will remove this, or maybe not. Just keep it at 50. Okay, so the next phase we want, let's probably make this a component so that we can always use it later in other places if we are making changes. So keep this as a main component. Be content in every circumstances. All right, cool. Still something missing though. Well, leave it like that. All right, so the next part, we have like maybe the page title, this part. So let's see. A couple of page titles for iOS are usually around 32. So maybe we keep this again, we're bringing our grid. So we keep this somewhere around here. And then we make use of 32. So 32 major bold. I don't know what's happening. Okay. So we have this. So let's call it birthdays. All right. So this is our page for birthdays. We have a search. Let me give this a stroke below, a bottom stroke, and give it like a gray 100 background, just so that it like kind of separates from it. I can give this like maybe 20 is okay, or 24, just to have like a little bit of better contrast between. Okay, 16. Between that and the background. So now we have this 100G. We have a search. So we bring in the input field. You get to bring in component. You can search for components easily by pressing Shift I. So it brings up this component, or you can come over here to just tap it. But I pretty much like shortcuts again. So we're dragging the input field from Figma. So the input field, as you can see, has a lot of customizations that you can do. We don't want a label. We don't want we want the left icon, but we don't want a right icon. We don't want the helper text. And we want it to pretty much fit around the size. So maybe increase this a little bit to like maybe 40. Just so that it's big enough. We can make this the field container, make this field container too. Just a quick rough edge, and maybe like we can start a little bit to have like maybe gray background again. So the input field label, maybe like a very gray background, just so that it has like okay, something that we can tell differently between it and wonder what happened there. Input frame. Okay, this is the issue. Okay, maybe we don't want like a border around it, so we can remove the stroke. So let's say I think this is where the stroke is also. So we can remove the stroke. Maybe like make it a little bit more visible. And put it somewhere around here. Here we can have, I think I like the content here, which was like search for birthdays or something, something, something. Where was that? Think it was search names, dates, and months. Okay, so we can bring that in. So maybe like search friends, search for your friends. A couple of, it still looks a little bit small. Okay, let me bring the other one again. Ah, see, maybe I'll if I can't write that one. Upper text, context. And I think this is big enough. It's like 56. So I customize this to maybe, or maybe just keep it with this and just work with this one. So we'll call this like 48. 40. Right back here. All right. So we have the search. A couple of next things we want to look at is the listing of the people's age. So we can make use of like a title text again. So we go, I like my title text probably around like 17, 16. Make it semi-bold. We can say upcoming. Okay. We can keep this again just to maybe next time we want to actually like style it up later. What I can call it today. Let's call it today in case it's somebody's birthday. All right. So then we now have for the month of March. Um, okay. Let's keep space for the cards that we're going to design later. Maybe like keep them around like 48. 48. And then we just bring in all of that later, like 12, maybe like 4 people's birthdays, yeah. Let's see what else. So we have the birthdays, we have the dates. So let's design the footer. All right, so the footer we bring in this, have the size like 56. We bring in a couple of icons. So let's say birthday, let's have cakes. The cakes celebration. Hmm. All right, let's bring in calendar first. All right, so we have calendar, we have settings, we have birthday. I'm wondering why there's no cake though. That's so strange. There should usually be a cake. Um, let's see, celebrate. What can we use? What else can we use for birthdays? Um, what can we use? Can you guys give me like a suggestion of what we can use? Well, you guys can't hear me. Can you guys hear me? Okay, because I can see in the chat that someone says they can't.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay,
I can hear you. Someone said balloons.
okay. I'm not sure we have a balloon either. And let me just search the icons tab just to see maybe something we can find that works for birthdays. Okay, so just give me a minute, please. Oh, diamond messaging, e-commerce, essentials, homes. Sure, we'll just use the home bar now. Am I going to have to go back to what I threw away? No. I'll just use gem, maybe. Maybe just use gem for now. All right, just use gem for now. And then for the last one, we just have the plus. All right, cool. So we have this. I'm just going to create a quick background. Stroke, so I want the stroke around it. I want it to go down maybe to 56. Just have quick background, something in the middle here. The birthday is here, 12. I'm going to bring it in. So around there, I would make use of auto layout, just so that it's sexy. So this 24, this bit is 12, so we go for 12. Let's go now. So maybe why is everything so semi-bolded? Okay, we go for this. Balance. So we bring this ones out. Let's sort of make this maybe bigger. Then is have okay. Then we have the background going to around about 16. We want this to be equally spaced, so we have the field containers. We want the space in between them to be around 12. So 12. Right, so we have that as a basic footer. We have this being replaced in here. So we have this being replaced in here. And we have this being replaced in here. We have this, call it calendar, call it settings. So I have that as a basic. For this down, we have this around 12, 16. We have something here, maybe like a quick kind of like close down. Then we have something just shows a quick. We have to start it. We have telephone. Point block. Keep this as top. Okay, so for a little bit more contrast, or should we just keep going into maybe how it currently looks? Maybe we use 700 for our text and for our icons, maybe for our just like around gray 200 for how icons look. We'll keep this around 700 too for our text. For our icons, maybe we keep them around. Say we want to use 500 for our icons now. Doesn't balance well, so maybe like 600. So, and then for the entire thing, we can probably just give it a feel of gray 300, no, 100, just to have like a quick background. But then we need to highlight this a little bit more. So maybe make this more, maybe like 75. So again, we have that. All right, so now we have like everything is starting to come out like pretty, but still need to do a little bit more adjustments. Again, we said we're going to bring in a quick avatar, so we're bringing the avatar. All right, so then we have the different sizes. We can probably set it to large. Large is a little bit too big, so maybe like medium. Then we kind of like have a brief idea of what we want here. Maybe this is a little bit too big. We'll bring it down to maybe 28. So idea of everything. You have your birthdays, you have your March, you have that, you have this. We reduce this a little bit. It's 34, it's 40. Okay, so small. Okay, so now we have like a brief sketch of how our UI is going to look like. We can now do a little bit of styling more. Okay, so we still have the March kind of drop down. The way we have it here is the March kind of like shows here with the icon here and the calendar here. So we can probably look at how to make that work. Let's say we make this and we do this calendar instead. So we put this inside a box to make it like, oh, sorry, we have a featured icon. Just to get a quick view of it, and we can add the calendar. Make it great for now. Okay, so we have the birthdays, bands. We have this. We're supposed to call this something. I want this to be like just 3. If I remove this, all right, so we are now moving back into designing the cards itself. A couple of ways the cards should look. I kind of like this, and a mixture of that, and kind of like a mixture of this. So I want the days to sort of like show up here, the days left to it, and but I still kind of like want to see like this icon with the naming and like a metadata. So we bring in one of the cards I want to design, and then we bring in a miss front. So let's say let me see whose birthday is it. Okay, so let's use Depola. Depola. All right, have this for medium. Then we want the sub. Um, so we use like a quick small text. Happy birthday. Hey God, I will not fuck up in Jesus' name. I think it's December 27th. Am I right or wrong? Pick one. Kachi, did I get it? She here? 28. Ah, my bad. All right, yeah, 28. So we have December 28th. Okay, she responded. 28. She don't catch me. I don't fuck up. So then I make the auto frame. Let's see. I want to see. That's why I created that app, because I used to forget people's birthdays a lot. So, so I just got it. Let's see. You want to see like the actual date it is. So maybe like Monday. Um, so Monday. Let's say it's a Monday. And then maybe like want a quick dot. So make this like around 16. Sorry. So keep it again, just keeping it everything grayscale for now. before we add anything, colors or anything like that. It's just to have a quick one. Time might not allow me to go full on into all of them. So we have this, we set it as 4. This is 16, and then we do a little bit of styling of this. So maybe like use 12. The distance between this and this, we'll call it 12. So this is 11, we'll call this one 12. Can use it bigger, maybe like 40. This don't look well, so maybe like 10, 4, 4, 4, Kunekachi. And then, sorry, I'll break this a little bit for a while. I want a quick border. I've forgotten what we called it. Yeah, divider. Okay, so I want the divider to like 90. And I want it to be a height of maybe about 10. Where are you? All right, cool. So I might want the stuff to be like a full-on background here. If I do, maybe like a full-on background of this, or I might decide to have it as like a mixture of the both of them, which is like having a border that kind of goes in the middle and just like stretches. Still like tentative, so I'm just going to keep them as explorations of each and every one of them. Okay, so now we kind of like want to work on this. So if I'm going with a border, I think I can just make this side and have a stroke by the side and just have it like by the side here and use that. Maybe I'll have it like outside center. I kind of like keep it so it sort of makes sense. Okay, so now we want this to be together as 12. We want the entire space to have a space of 16 between them. 16. Okay, and then we want this entire card to go all 343. So the way we go about this now is 16. Then we push this to fill container and 0. All right. Then we want the height of this to maybe like go all the way to, sorry, is this a, why is the height again? Because of this. Oh, I might have to redo this. 6, 16. And I have this as a 0, and we want this to help height, so move this to fill container, and then I want this to go all the way to 24, like 16 maybe. So and then we sort of bring it in here. Okay, so we have this 16, 12, 12. So the reason why I had to do that was because like I'm making use of this as a different frame, and I can't like put the entire thing in a quick design system for it to work that way. I'll put this like 8, just for it to look a little bit better. Let me reduce this to like 12. So all of this comes in here as this. Then in here, we can now have the kind of like system that goes all this 10 days left and all of it, kind of like the way they have it here. So it's just going to be like 8 days in and something. So it would just be in here. All right. So we have 8 days left. 8 days left. Anyone? So we have a quick breakdown of how everything kind of looks. Then we have the, so I can now start styling it a little bit. So with like breaking this and making it around. Next part, and I want to kind of like do this. We have a little bit of highlights and everything, and how the patch will look and affect this and everything. So quick one, styling. We have this, we have that, we have this, we have that. All right, so let's start today. So I kind of like the way this person has their birthday being this as an image. So you have the person's birthday, maybe like an image behind. You can put in a quick background here. And have the have the person's name, was it? Person's name, the person's birthday, and how would the clock, the eye. So this is looking very small. Oh, oh, then this extent looks very big. So I'll just probably reduce it down to 410. For all our major text, we would be using 800 for the colors, maybe like for our big text. 700 kind of like seems very dulled out. And we will be using 600 for our subtext from grays, just so that they kind of have like a quick distance between them. Use 800 for this one. So it looks bolder. For the backgrounds here, we'll use 50. And for the different names here, again, 800 gray. And something we have that. Wait, quick one. Is anybody still here? Sorry, sorry, can anybody hear me? Sorry, I just got lost in the design. I'm just trying to figure out some of the colors. Kind of looks weird a little bit. Sorry, I'm just working. I'm supposed to be carrying you guys. So far, have I lost anybody? Is anybody still here? Alright, cool. It's kind of like look very current. I think another thing I really liked was the way this person uses icons in front, sort of like something like this here. They have like a quick line, so I can bring that in here. So they can have a border. That's about the width of 343. Page 20. Let's read the base books. Small icon in front. It says Not really sure the border works, so I'm just going to remove the border totally. Just see how that works better. Seems to be off. The way the line kind of goes this direction. So try something else. Just put that in. Sorry. Oh yeah, the battery is low, sorry. Okay. Starting to come together nicely. People. So I've updated and set reference to the next place. Now starting this too. I don't want this to have, I want it to have like a very warm. Colors, yeah. Colors, right. So, it's the images. Let's see if I can bring in some illustrations that will just spice things up. So, let's see. Hmm. fine. So it's just not. Just give him what I want. I want to try out maybe working with some colors. Just figure out I want to take you and third door. This is not accessible.